Hello, welcome back to the R City channel for some final real episodes of this FC26 Manchester City career mode in Season 2 anyway. We're going much further in this series, don't you worry, but Season 2 is coming towards an end. In today's episode, we've got 4 big games, ending the month of April with a game at home against Crystal Palace in the Premier League, Champions League semi-final drawn against Borussia Dortmund, away to Signal Iduna Park to face them. It'll then be Chelsea away, so look at the gap here. Palace, 2 days break. Dortmund, 2 days break, Chelsea away, 2 days break, Dortmund at home. This is the massive part of the season, isn't it, where the players and rotation is going to be needed massively because these players are going to be so tired. And then going into the final episode, it'll be 3 days Bournemouth, a week, and then Liverpool, then another week, and then Fulham, so we do get a bit of a rest. And also worth noticing that if we get to Champions League final, that will be probably around June time, 1st of June, and that will be an episode on its own and a full season roundup. Hopefully we get there. Hopefully we beat a very good Borussia Dortmund side that have got to a semi-final themselves. Let's have a look at the league table as well. So after 33 games in the Premier League, Manchester City sit 2 points behind league leaders Arsenal. City and Arsenal going head-to-head for that Premier League title. Liverpool, Man United, Newcastle, Spurs, Villa, Forest, Bournemouth all battling for top 4. I think Bournemouth somehow have dropped out of it now. But it is between us and Arsenal for the title. We're 2 points behind them with not too many games to go. And the side we face in Fulham, in Crystal Palace actually, find themselves in 18th place in a relegation battle alongside Southampton, Sunderland and Burnley. One of those 4 is going to go down alongside Birmingham City and Ipswich. And I wanted to check the scores and fixtures because I wanted to see what was upcoming for both us and Arsenal in the running. So we play Chelsea. Forget the Crystal Palace game. They play Fulham, I think. We play Chelsea. They play Fulham. Surely our game is more difficult there. They're going to get 3 points from that one. We play Bournemouth at home. Arsenal, they play Ipswich at home. I mean, that's another 3 points easily for Arsenal. We just need them to slip up at 1 point. And that is where they might slip up. A Wednesday night game against Liverpool at home. If Liverpool can just go to the Emirates and get a point, we could be Premier League champions as long as we win our games. Then we play Liverpool at home, though. So things aren't getting easier for us, are they? And Arsenal, they play Newcastle at home. That could be a difficult one as well. I'm hoping it is going to be. Because on the final day of the season, it's City away at Fulham. And it's Arsenal away at Turf Moor at Burnley. I mean, obviously, looking at those fixtures, everything is in Arsenal's hands. With that Champions League semi-final against Dortmund coming up in just 2 days' time, we've got to rotate, and the intention is to rotate to try and keep things fresh. So this is the side I'm going to go with, and then it will change in-game. Hopefully we get a nice, comfortable win against Palace, but I don't think it's going to be that. And then we can get maybe Marmoush in for Haaland, Bob on for Savinho, and so on. So Donnarumma starts single. It's Nunes, Cristiano, Vardiol, and Ait City's back 4. Nico, Shirky, and Anderson the midfield 3. Savinho, Haaland, and Savinho the front 3. No Diaz, no Rodri, they're rested today. No Reinders either. So Stones, Vita Heiss, El Hilali, Rico Lewis, Divine Mukasa, Ryan McAdoo, Oscar Bob, and Omar Marmoush are on that Manchester City bench. Well, the atmosphere is rocking outside the Etihad. Premier League title on the line as the players arrive here off the team bus. They know anything less than 3 points in the final 4 games of this season, or 5 games this season, and Manchester City will not be lifting that Premier League title. We've thrown away a big lead. Now we've got to do our best to try and claw our way back into this title race. The defeat at the Etihad to Arsenal really cost us. A draw there would have really been amazing because goal difference-wise we're way ahead of Arsenal. But that's just how it is sometimes. Title winners last season, title winners this season is looking very difficult. 2 sides come out to the field here, Manchester City and Crystal Palace. City in second place, 2 points we trail that league lead Arsenal side. Crystal Palace in a relegation battle. And let's see how Oliver Glasner's sign lines up here with a return to the Etihad for former Manchester City number 10, Jack Grealish. So this is Oliver Glasner's Crystal Palace side. They start with, in goal, it is Walter Benitez. The back 5 of Javier Rodriguez, Lacroix, Richards, Gay, still there. Strangely, Raxakai, Mateta and Grealish the front 3, Lerma Doucouré in the midfield, Yeremy Pino, Mauro Icardi and Ketia Sarr. Plenty of attacking options on the bench. I don't think they should be in the relegation zone, really. Towards Adaraola, playing at left wing back and a clip over the top. Cristiano heads it away. And Savinho back in towards Ryan Shirky. Onto Savinho. Haaland, Anderson. Big switch of play over top here towards Savinho. He's kept it away from the winger. Savinho still going here. Antoine Savinho, saved by the keeper. Great chance. What a ball by Anderson, by the way. On the outside of Javier Rodriguez. Anderson. Semenyo down the box. Penalty Manchester City. Mark Gahey takes down Antoine Semenyo. In for the challenge. Semenyo's feet just too quick for the England international. Somehow stays at Palace. I don't know what he's doing there. Glasner not happy. Manchester City happy. Erling Haaland steps up. Top left-hand corner, Erling Haaland. Pick that one out, Walter Benitez. 1-0 Manchester City. A nice, comfortable game would be a really good way to start this episode. A big win. 36 goals as well, by the way. That is Erling Haaland equaling the Premier League goal-scoring record. Goal number 36 this season for Erling Haaland from the spot. He equals his own record. And wouldn't it be harsh for him to beat his own goal-scoring record and not to win the Premier League? I mean, what a penalty as well to that top corner. No chance stopping that. Just clatter into him. He started to play a little bit better, Savinho, in recent games, but I'm not sure of him as Raxakayan behind here. Mateta. Oh, Mateta. Absolutely brilliant goal from Crystal Palace, 1-1. And Jean-Philippe Mateta's on the score sheet. This football's brilliant. Cuts us open. No clean sheet, frustrating. And a good goal from Jean-Philippe Mateta. Walter Benitez forward. Anderson well done down to Cherki. Semenyo. Anderson. Back through to Antoine Semenyo! There you go. 2 on Manchester City. Antoine Semenyo, who has been an incredible signing. That's his 20th of the Premier League season. 20. In 31 appearances. He's been ridiculously good. Little 1-2 with Anderson here. Good find by Anderson. He's really found his feet in the team as well now. Anderson and Semenyo have been 2 top level signings, heavily linked to Manchester City. And that is brilliant from Antoine Semenyo. Savinho, defending tight to him. Space for Anderson again here. Anderson wide towards Aït-Nouri. They're clipping towards Haaland and flicked on here. And Anderson and Haaland. And Elliot Anderson! Oh! How has he put that one over the bar? I don't know. What a miss by Elliot Anderson. Cherki winning the headers here. It's Savinho! Oh, what a goal by Savinho, 3-1. Wow. His 5th goal this season. Wow. Have we underestimated Savinho? Because that is incredible. Oh, don't say we don't see a replay of this one, EA. Come on. He's just weak foot, right foot. Smashed it in the top corner. Here we go. What a hit by Savinho that is. Wow. Wow, oh wow by Savinho. It's taken a while. Haaland nicks it. Cherki. And through to Erling Haaland by Cherki. And Erling Haaland bearing down on goal here. And Erling Haaland makes it 4. This could be a cricket score. And Haaland makes it 4. He's 37th of the season. And he breaks the goal scoring record. He is now the record goal scorer in the Premier League with 37 goals in a season. Found by Ryan Cherki. Finished by Erling Haaland. And he is a record breaker once again. Brilliant by Cherki there. Anderson. Back into Cherki here. Cherki. Savinho. Erling Haaland for the hat-trick. And there you go. 5-1. There you go. Savinho's been class. As has Erling Haaland. A hat-trick today. He's 38 goals in 34 Premier League games. He's not only broke the record, he might be about to smash it. He might be able to hit 40. In behind by Cherki to Savinho. Across the box to Erling Haaland. And what a finish by him. I did say that we've not had any problems scoring goals throughout the season, really. Especially Haaland scoring that amount of goals. It's been defensively we've had problems. And maybe that's what's going to cost us the league title this year. If that's the case. Anderson. Searching ball in behind, which Savinho finds. Good crossing by Savinho! Oh, Haaland glancing header. What a ball in by Savinho. Semenyo with a sliding challenge here, Mark Gahey. Grealish. Mateta. Lerma got blocked by Aït-Nouri and put in by Yeremy Pino. I could not get the ball our way then. 5-2 and the changes come anyway now. So Erling Haaland, the record goal scorer in the Premier League now. He is off for Omar Mamouche. Oscar Bobby's on. As well for Semenyo. There's Mikasa again here. Mikasa. Oh, challenge from behind him, Mikasa by Lerma. Good from the midfielder who's really grown into this midfield role. I think he's certainly going to have more impact next season. Oh, ball forward. He's fouled again, Mikasa here. Well, the young man, he's taking a lot of challenges. Another foul on him. Oscar seems to have run off that knock as well that he picked up. Here's down Anderson, and that is full time. Manchester City 5, Crystal Palace 2. Kicking things off with basically like a 3-0 win with the 2 goals they conceded. But Erling Haaland, there you go. Hat-trick today. He is now near 40 goals, and he's already broken that goal-scoring record in the Premier League. It's your UEFA Champions League semi-final up next, and you can see here, these are the teams in the final, or the semi-final anyway, trying to get to that final. It's Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, so that is a massive Madrid derby in the semi-final. Us against Dortmund. The first leg has been played already between Real Madrid and Atleti, and Real lead by 2-1. That is a big start for them. As for us, it's Dortmund today. Let's see how Dortmund side do. I mean, who have they beat on the way, Dortmund? They beat Inter very, very comfortably. They also beat, in the round of 16, Juventus scraped by. In the playoffs, they weren't there, but in the league phase, they finished in 6th place. 4 wins, 3 draws, 1 loss. So they've only actually lost 1 game so far in this campaign. That is a bit of a worry. They look good. And looking at Borussia Dortmund, they are expected to line up in sort of a 3-5-1 formation, or 3-4-2-1, with Brandt and Chukwuemeka in behind Sekou Guirassy, who's a very good striker. Adeyemi and Svensson are very attacking wide areas. Mecha, former City man, and Sabitzer in the midfield too. Or could be Joe Bellingham, could be Jan Kuto in the wide area as well, another former City man. I'd expect Mickey van der Ven has been signed to start as well. No way he's on the bench, the former Spurs man. Emre Can, Nico Schlotterbeck, and also Süle in that back 3. Schlotterbeck, what a player. They've done well to keep hold of him. And Kerbal starts in goal. Now, looking at their results, you guys probably can't see the full results because I'm in the way, but they've actually drawn 1 and won 2 in their last 5 games in all competitions. In the Bundesliga, they've actually lost 1 recently. So we'll actually look at the tactical preset. We know the way they are. So Nemecha, Schlotterbeck, the key defensive players, Guirassy, Adeyemi, the key attacking players. But I'd like to see not the competition stats, but the total stats. Who's the top goal scorers? Who's the top assisters in this team? So top goal scorer is Lautaro Martinez, who wasn't mentioned that he could possibly start, but he's been signed by Dortmund. What an interesting sign that is. Him, Adeyemi, Julian Brandt, the top goal scorers. And surprisingly, Sekou Guirassy, only 2 goals in 15 games this season, so I assume it will be Lautaro Martinez who starts. Top and assists is Kani Chukwuemeka. Surely he starts as well for them today. Well, that's the Manchester City side. This is what we're going to go with. So Donnarumma in goal. El Hilali, captain Diaz, Vardy, Ait-Nouri is not in there today. It's O'Reilly at left back. Rodri, Shirky and Reinders in the midfield 3. Marmoush is given the nod ahead of Savinho. Which I think is probably the wrong decision. We're going to put Savinho in there, get Marmoush off the bench, because Savinho's been fantastic. Him and Haaland and Semenyo, the front 3. I mean, that probably is our strongest 11, although Anderson's been playing really well, and Marmoush has got a goal in him all the time, although towards the end of the season he's dropped off, and Savinho's really picked up. So Signal Iduna Park is the place we go to in our first game. Now, usually in the Champions League, when I go away from home, I go defensive. I try to be pragmatic with Pep Guardiola, and we've played defensive, played maybe Nico in there as well as Rodri. Today I haven't gone with that. I've just gone with what I think is our strongest 11. I think in recent times, in this series especially in this series, we've gone defensive away in the UEFA Champions League, and it's not worked. We've actually been better when we just accepted we might concede some goals, but we're going to obliterate the other team and score more than them. So that is the intention today with that lineup. I hope that it does work and I haven't made a mistake. And I hope that we can make it all the way to the Champions League final, beating Liverpool, beating Newcastle, beating Ajax on the way. Well, Brandt, Chukwuemeka is in there as expected. Jan Kuto as well as Adeyemi, I think. Or Adeyemi missing out today. So that's a bit more defensive from them, actually. Jan Kuto on the right. I think Svensson on the left as well. Mickey van der Ven does start as expected. That's going to be difficult. Van der Ven and Schlotterbeck. That is a crazy back line. Those two I rate very, very highly. Let's see how Dortmund officially line up. Is it Lautaro up top, or is it Guirassy? I think it could be Sekou Guirassy. So this is Mika Juric's Dortmund side. Lautaro Martinez as well as Nemecha on the bench. So it is Kerbal in goal, a back 3 of Schlotterbeck, Van der Ven and captain Shan. Svensson, Bellingham, Adeyemi and Jan Kuto in the midfield 4. Chukwuemeka and Julian Brandt supporting Sekou Guirassy up top. Martinez surely comes off the bench, their top goal scorer. Interested to see Jan Kuto perhaps on the left or right. Svensson through the middle as well. Not quite what I expected from the opposition. I'm trying to work out Dortmund where the spaces will open up in this team. And that's the space there. Reinders wide towards Savinho. Trouble for Dortmund early on. Savinho to Erling Haaland. Return to Dortmund. 6 minutes in. City striking Viking scores. 1-0 Manchester City. 16 goals in the UEFA Champions League this season. I don't know what the record is in this Champions League. I'll have a look actually after this game after I remember. I think it's pretty high from Ronaldo and Messi. But look at that. We found the space in the central areas. Bellingham stepped up to press. And that allowed the Rangers to drift in behind. He did. Found Savinho. Savinho, again, making an impact off that left-hand side. Make sure we close them down quickly. I mean, Schlotterbeck at the back. He could play a pass forward, no problem. Ball through is a bit too easy there, City. Ganassi. That's the wrong side of El Hilali. Ball in behind to Ganassi. Diaz defending. Diaz pretty slow there. Ganassi! Oh, Ruben Diaz. You can't dive in with him. I did dive in and Ganassi gets the goal 1-1. Level. Too easy. Little roll back here. And that's a really nice finish by Ganassi. Donnarumma can't keep it out. Level at 1-1. Shirky. El Hilali. Back to Shirky. Through to Semenyo here. Antoine Semenyo! What a goal! I could have squared that to Haaland. Semenyo puts it off the post in anyway. What a finish from Antoine Semenyo. Honestly, this signing's been incredible. Played in here, narrow angle. How he finds the back of the net there, I don't know, Antoine Semenyo. It's a shame we don't see the highlights. Shirky over the top. Good work with El Hilali. 2-1 City within 23 minutes. Games are always full of goals when Manchester City are around. And we've got to be the most exciting team in Europe to watch. Oh, and he gives it away. And he just to be a little bit more composed there, City. Ready, Amy. Rolling behind. Brandt. Julian Brandt, good block by Vardiel. Back to Brandt. Good spin. Blocked again. City get it away. Play out the danger as well. And Shirky onto Semenyo. Oh, Semenyo, brilliant. Absolutely classed by Semenyo. And Rangers wide towards Savinho. And Rangers. And ball to Haaland. And Erling Haaland. Oh, what a goal. How has he missed? What a goal that would have been. Rangers, Savinho again. Haaland, transitional football. We're so good at it. And there's Erling Haaland gone here. And Haaland onto Shirky here. And Ryan Shirky just rolls it into the bottom corner for 3. What a footballer. What a team. Manchester City 3, Dortmund 1. It certainly won't be over after the first leg. We know the quality of Dortmund. Adeyemi. Brandt. Adeyemi. Wrong side of Vardiel here. It's passed him back to Ganassi. They are great. They are great as well. They're in a semi-final, we can't forget that. 3-2. What a semi-final first leg this has been. It's only the first 45 minutes of it. To say Ruben Diaz again. Haaland. Over top to Savinho. He's off here, Savinho. Brilliant by Savinho. Ball in. Shirky! Oh! Oh, if that's Haaland we score there. Well played, Savinho. Rangers. Rodri. Shirky. Semenyo! 4-2 Manchester City. Antoine Semenyo again. 8 in the UEFA Champions League for him. Ryan Shirky, I'd love to see his assist record this season. He's surely right at the top of the assists. No replay for that one. 4-2 Manchester City. Come on. What a semi-final we've played here. Outside to Chukwuemeka. Ball in behind here towards Yankuto again. Shirky helping out defensively. Svensson. Pulled it across the Yankuto. Oh my god. 4-3. Defensively, we've really struggled today. Yankuto makes it 3. Marmoush. It's poor by Marmoush. His link-up play's got to be better there. Well, Savinho comes to this right-hand side as well, which we'll see how he does out here. I mean, immediately, he's not really helping out defensively, Savinho. And this Yankuto behind, he's already scored 1. Kristanov runs back quickly. Svensson, Nemecha, Adeyemi. Oh, Donnarumma, what a save. Away by Vardiel. What a save by Gigi. And here's Savinho on the counter. Shot to Rodri. Anderson. Savinho. Savinho! Saved by Kobel, in by Omar Marmoush. 5-3. And City get that 2-goal lead back. A game of goals. He's 11th in the UEFA Champions League. Wow. His goal record is incredible as well. 5-3 Manchester City. Savinho at the heart of it once again. He might yet score another one. Adeyemi with the ball in. Kristanov, great defending. Alright, he can't quite get it away. Sabitzer. Taken down by Nico. Yankuto, Garassi, Kasanov with a challenge. Back to him! Kasanov with another good block. He's come off the bench and been brilliant, Kasanov. That'll be full time. 5-3 away at Signal Iduna Park in the UEFA Champions League for Manchester City. They celebrate the players. That's like a 2-0 win, basically, isn't it? Long way to go in this tie, though. And the second leg, I think, is going to be very difficult as well for City. They've proven, really proven, they can score goals against us. A lot of talk about Ryan Cherki's stunning performance in midfield. 22 drills completed today. They couldn't get anywhere near him. And the press conference is right to talk about Cherki and also about Rodri, who is at the base of that midfield, the heart of this Manchester City midfield, and such a good player. Thank God he's back to the way he was, because if he wasn't, I think this City side wouldn't be as good as we are. Always encourage Rodri. He is Pep Guardiola's superstar. So a big win against Borussia Dortmund, but there is, of course, still questions in this Manchester City side around our defensive side of the game. Struggling defensively once again, and 3 goals conceded against Dortmund. We know they can score against us in the second leg, and that does worry me just a little bit. And that is reflected in the Finalysis ratings here, because Donnarumma gets a 68, I thought it was pretty poor in goal. And the back line all around the 70s, but then look at the ratings of the front line. I mean, Savinho, a 90 rated, he really seems to have turned into a player that we didn't expect. Savinho, 90 rated, brilliant performance, top player in the making, really. And maybe we've been a little bit harsh on him at times. I think assist-wise, he's up with our top assisters, maybe in the top 5 assisters this season so far for Manchester City, because of the assists they've been getting and the level he stepped up in these latter stages of the season. It does change the ratings a little bit for the defenders, of course, on the best Finalysis 11. Jeremy Doku's still in there. And it also means Phil Foden drops out for Tijani Reinders, who his average ratings put him on 86 and ahead of Phil Foden at 85. And puts him in there as well. And I think that is the Finalysis best 11 that we'll finish the season with. The ratings might change. Haaland, Semenyo, who will get the higher rating coming in the season? We don't know. It all depends towards those performances toward the end of the season. But this City side are looking good, and the Finalysis ratings certainly reflecting that offensively anyway. Well, the Premier League table currently looks like this, and don't get too excited. I did initially saw it that Manchester City are top. We're top. We're top. We are top, but Arsenal have a game in hand. They are yet to play their game against Fulham. Fulham will find themselves in 11th place. Can they do us a favour? I don't know. But we're talking about an easy game, an easy win for Arsenal against Fulham. We're playing Chelsea, who are actually below Fulham in the table, in 12th place in Manuel Pellegrini's Chelsea. So we should be winning this without a problem, shouldn't we, away at the Bridge? But who knows? But look at that. We've got 97 goals this season. We are the top goal scorers by far. We're going to hit that 100 goals for the year. And look at top goals for City. Semenyo with 20, Van Listen with 21 for Bournemouth, credit to him. But there is Erling Haaland with 38. Top in assists, Semenyo with 15, Cherki with 11. Some real top performances from these City players. Clean sheets, it's Lemon's top with 10. Donnarumma, if we can get a few in the next few games, will be okay, but defensively we've struggled this season, really. Average rating-wise, Semenyo top alongside Haaland, Doku and Foden in there. Jeremy Doku, we do miss you. Well, it's the City side we're going against Chelsea today. No Tijani Reinders, unfortunately, misses out. He did pick up an injury in that game against Dortmund, but I will inform you it's only a 5-day injury, so he misses this game against Chelsea, but will be back for the return leg at home to Borussia Dortmund. So Gigi Donnarumma starts in goal. It's El Hilali, captain Diaz, Vardy and O'Reilly in the back four. Diaz starts once again. He does get the opportunity with Kasanov being tied. No John Stones, who's actually leaving the club, isn't he, John Stones? So we're not going to play him. It's Cherki, Rodri and Anderson in the midfield 3. Semenyo and Savinho in the wide areas. No Marmoush once again. Haaland through the middle. Marmoush, Bob, Makadu, Lewis, Stones, Aït Nunez and Nico Gonzalez on that City bench. Where is a man struggling to deliver? Manuel Pellegrini as he gives a bit of a team talk on the field before the game for Chelsea. I mean, that is bold from Manuel Pellegrini. A manager that I absolutely love. I mean, he was fantastic at Manchester City. Things dropped off in the second season, and Pep Guardiola eventually came to replace the Chilean. But he is a man that, you know, the charming man as we call him at Manchester City. I do like him very much. Interesting that he came back to the Premier League in this save. Has gone to Chelsea. I think that's an interesting choice. Enzo Maresca at Spurs. He's doing a good job there, Enzo Maresca at Spurs, because they were low when he joined them. They're in 6th place. Chelsea in 12th. So maybe they've made a big mistake, Todd Bowley and the Blue Co group. City side in the field again. Savinho, Haaland, Semenyo seems to be our front three at the moment. It's working pretty well. Do we find an upgrade on Savinho? I don't know. Does Savinho stay at City? I don't know. Is he happy with his game time? I really don't know. All things for Pep Guardiola to think about, but of course we have to remember Pep Guardiola, end of the season, contract is up, and he will not make his decision until then, and maybe you guys will have a big say in his decision as well. Let's see how Chelsea do line up to take us on today. The 4-4-2 by Manuel Pellegrini, just like he used at Manchester City. It's Philip Jorgensen in goal. Back four of Chalobah, Colwell, Fofana and Hato. Enzo Fernandez the captain, Andre Santos, Cole Palmer and Jamie Gittins. The midfield four, Jackson and Delap up top. Caicedo, Garnacho and others on the bench. I would like to be a little bit more controlled today. What a ball by Shirky. Anderson wide to Savinho. Savinho onto Haaland here. Good ball. Erling Haaland saved by Jorgensen and cleared away by Joel Hatto. Where they go? Hatto. Oh, good touch by Gittins there to burst away from El Hilali. Good recovery pace. Crossing to the far post. And Liam Delap. Great defending by, it could have been, I think, Nico O'Reilly. Shirky. Haaland. Semenyo. Antoine Semenyo, one of the top performers of the Premier League this season. Semenyo. Across the box, he rolls it into a great position. And Savinho just doesn't gamble upon it. Still, Delap does so well. Enzo Fernandez and Rodri takes it off in the box, but that is great play. Shirky brilliantly in towards El Hilali. Semenyo. Anderson. With a transitional game at the moment. El Hilali right through the middle to Haaland here. Holds off Levi Colwill, does he? Erling Haaland! Oh, off the outside of the post and behind for a goal kick. To Shirky. Right to Semenyo. This time he gets away from Hatto. Shirky in a lot of space there. Enzo Fernandez read it. Back out to Rodri. It's Anderson blocked away. Oh, dealt with by Chelsea just. Oh, and that's poor by Savinho, dispossessed by Palmer. He's had some good games, Savinho, but he's also had some poor ones this season. The ball behind to Lindelöf and City in a bit of trouble here. Vardy's going to get back. Get back quickly. Palmer. Delap. Can't be blocked by O'Reilly. Oh, and he's past Vardy as well. And Rodri gets it away. He has a cross to him. Jackson. Past Vardy. Diaz, great defending. Brilliant from Ruben Diaz and away. Haaland. Shirky. Savinho. Semenyo. Erling Haaland off the post! Oh, we needed that to go in so badly. We needed that to go in so badly. Shirky goes and wins it back brilliantly. Wide. Jackson. Delap. Trouble. Great tackle by Aït-Nouri. Oh, no. Diaz, what a challenge. Get it away. What a tackle by Diaz in the box. Palmer. Santos. Delap taken off him by Aït-Nouri. Forward to O'Reilly. Counter City. O'Reilly onto Marmoush. Counter City. Omar Marmoush. Oh, and blocked by Cole behind for a corner. 1 added minute. The title is Arsenal's. Chelsea 0, Manchester City 0. And the title is Arsenal's. That is so frustrating. Haaland hits the post twice. Chelsea hand Arsenal the title because I think that is one step too many. That'll be about 5 points. The title is Arsenal's. Well, it's nearly gone down to the wire, but I think that is title race run for Manchester City, unfortunately. Too many draws, too many losses, despite our goal record. So, 74 points. Arsenal stay top with a game in hand. So, we're 1 point behind them. If Ipswich beat them, I'll be sick. But it won't happen. Ipswich will beat them. It won't beat them. Arsenal will beat Ipswich easily. That will increase it to 4 points lead at the top of the table with, 3 games to go. Arsenal surely, from here, lift the Premier League title. But they have got to play third place Liverpool. Might do us a favour. You never know. But I just can't see it happening. That defeat, that draw with Chelsea's crushed us. Haaland hit the post 3 times. So final game of the episode, it's Borussia Dortmund at home in the UEFA Champions League semi-final second leg. Our intention is to book our place in that Champions League final. Rangers is back from injury. Diaz is unfortunately unfit, so he doesn't start today after a good performance away at Chelsea. Defensively, we're great against Chelsea. Offensively, we may be lacking a little bit. So Donnarumma starts and goal. It's El Hilali, Kusano, Vardy, and Aït-Nouri the back 4. A surprise midfield as Rodri partners with Shirky and Nico Gonzalez. A little bit more steel in that midfield. I've gone with Nico in that role, a holding role today. It's Marmoush, Haaland, and Semenyo the front 3. No Savinho, he drops to the bench with Bob, McAdoo, Anderson, Stones, Nunes, O'Reilly, and Rangers. Well, Champions League semi-final second leg. Manchester City are looking to get to a Champions League title for the 3rd time in our club's history. The first time we got there was a defeat to Chelsea. The second time we got there, we won our one and only UEFA Champions League trophy against Inter. Of course, that completed as well City's historic treble. This year, it would not complete a historic treble. It probably wouldn't complete a Premier League win, a Carabao Cup win and an FA Cup win on top of it because we've gone out of all those competitions, really. I mean, the Premier League, we're in it. But that draw to Chelsea looks like it's ended it. So let's just keep our confidence up. Concentrate on this Champions League game today. End the episode with a ticket booked to that final, where we'll face one of the sides from Madrid. Either Atletico Madrid or Real Madrid. Who would you rather face? Well, Atleti play very defensive football. Sort of the anti-Pep Guardiola style, which is very difficult for us. Real Madrid don't quite play that. But they've got so many superstars in their team. It'd be very difficult to come up against. I mean, the likes of Mbappe, Vinicius Jr., we know, wants to move away from Real Madrid. Rodrigo, Bellingham, Valverde, the list goes on and on and on. Let's see how Dortmund line up today anyway before this, because we cannot concentrate on that game without winning this Champions League game first. There we are. There are the boys who are looking to send us to a Champions League final. Strong team. No captain in their side today. And there is the Dortmund side. They're going to try and stop us. They scored plenty of goals against us in the previous leg. They've made some changes to their team. Mecha comes in. Nikol Sula comes in. No Lautaro Martinez again, who doesn't start up top, which is a big surprise. Why doesn't he start ahead of Ganassi? The Ganassi did score into the last one for Mika Juric's side. He is on the bench with Jan Kuto, who's a goal scorer as well. So Kobel in goal. Van der Ven, Schlotterbeck and Sula at the back three. Nemecha, Bellingham, Adeyemi and Sven's the midfield four. It's Captain Brandt and Chukwuemeka in behind Sekou Ganassi up top. Oh, Semenyo tackle there. That's a little bit cheap from him. It's Chukwuemeka. Kusanov covers the ground so well, however. Just can't win that one. Mecha, Ganassi. Kusanov in there again. Kusanov absolutely brilliant. And Harlan White to Marmouche. And in towards Kusanov from centre-back. Kusanov! Kusanov from centre-back. Makes it 1-0 Manchester City. And what a goal that is from what he just did to get that. To win the ball back. To chase them, to press them. Then to make the run through the middle and score as well. Aboukadir Kusanov with an absolutely incredible goal. Does he have potential to be the best centre-back in world football? I would say he does. And maybe he should be starting more for us in that centre-back role, because that is incredible from Kusanov. He's first in the Champions League this season. His semi-final he scores from centre-back. And it's like Sergio Ramos-esque, with a bit more added to it. Brilliant from Kusanov, 1-0 Manchester City. We have a 3-goal lead now in this tie. Difficult. Shirky's done him. Brilliant by Shirky. Semenyo. Shirky! Oh, and Kobel makes the save. What a goal that would have been. Why didn't Kobel come out? Well, not the greatest pass, trying to force it through a little bit there. Rodri. Haaland. El Hilali. Semenyo's off here. And Antoine Semenyo loves a Champions League goal. And pulls it back to Omar Marmouche. What a pullback. What a hit. 2-0 Manchester City. Come on. Where was this against Chelsea, by the way? 12 goals now for Omar Marmouche in the Champions League. I wish we'd done this against Chelsea because we'd still be in the title race. But that's just how it is sometimes. But Semenyo there pulls it back. And Marmouche, unfortunately not on the replay, slams it in for 2-0. And they might just prove it again. He has Nico Gonzalez. That's why he's in the midfield today. Really well played. Oh, Gigi Donnarumma though. Terrible pass. Adeyemi. Donnarumma makes the save. Semenyo. Great play by Semenyo. El Hilali in. Haaland's hit number 17. He's offside, Erling Haaland, is he? He's offside. I hope he's offside. Oh, no way the referee's just blown the half-time whistle there. He's surely offside. That would have been 17 in the Champions League, hitting Cristiano Ronaldo's record. I think he could break it today in the second half. Mecha. Good feet. He's a little bit occupied here. Mecha. Great feet. And Mecha. What a goal. I could not get anywhere near the German there. And the former Manchester City youth player scores an absolute wonder goal there against us. Great feet here. Edge of the box. Right in the top corner. What a goal. Felix Nemecha. Bellingham still. Tackle by Nico. Rodri wide towards Semenyo. First time ball by Semenyo in behind to Haaland here. And he's away from 1 or 2 here. Haaland. Now against Schlotterbeck. Erling Haaland! Oh! Shirky runs into trouble there. It's becoming a bit one of those games for Shirky where he's struggling with the physicality of it. El Hilali, great nick. Semenyo. Haaland to make it 17! Saved by Kobel. He wants to match Cristiano's record, but it's difficult. Vardiel across. Jan Kuto, won back by Vardiel. Inside to Anderson. Wide to Savinho. Game can be killed off here. Savinho. Oscar Bob. Haaland for the tap-in. Oscar Bob made sure he got the ball to Haaland. Haaland hits number 17 in the UEFA Champions League, I believe, which is now equal with Cristiano Ronaldo's record of 17. Unselfish from Oscar Bob. Lays it off to Haaland after a ball in by Savinho, who's robbed of an assist here, really. It's on to Haaland to make it 3. 3-1 City, through to the Champions League final. And Erling Haaland hits that record now. Equals Cristiano's 17 in the UEFA Champions League. And a goal in the final, in the Champions League final for Erling Haaland, would mean City not only win the Champions League, but Erling Haaland will break the goal scoring record. That ends today's episode. What a way to end it, with a ticket to the Champions League final. Greeting Borussia Dortmund. Who do we face? Real Madrid or Atletico Madrid? We'll have to find out later on. Thank you for watching. Please like the video if you're ready. Please subscribe if you are new. If you want to know what happens a bit sooner into the future, a bit earlier, consider joining the Reality Members Club to see these videos extended and early access to them as well. We'll see you guys next time.